Salutations everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play The Darkest Dungeon. I'm your host, BrainBoy20. Where we had last left off, we had taken on the heavy metal. In that, we took on the brigand 8-pounder and destroyed it quite easily, in fact. As you can see, Carcatus, Ghislaine, Aubert, and Sortival basically were unable to be beaten in that entire engagement. I discovered the use of dog treats, and I love the use of the dog treats. But now we have another crossroads in that we have a need to go and deal with, well, we don't exactly have another boss opened up for us. And I actually kind of want to go back to the wild again because I discovered it's either medium 100% of room battles, which kind of, with a reward that kind of sucks, or we go for a long veteran goal for a legendary bracer and crests beyond belief, which I don't exactly need, but it's like, this can give me the greatest amount of loot. So for that, I have a plan. But first things first, let's check out, can I upgrade the guild? Or anyone within it? Heck no. The blacksmith. There's a distinct maybe. How many do I need? 32. 9 would actually get me there. I believe. I'm counting that right? It would get me either weaponsmith or armor. With that setup that I have in mind, he heals himself. Pippin, Wakalicious for support, and Ghislaine for even more for DPS to make up for the lack of those two. I guess we have decent healing, we have stress healing there, so let's do this. To weaponsmithing level 4, as the two people who are actually dealing damage are going to definitely need an upgrade to it, I believe, or more health. But this also boosts dodge, and not getting hit in the first place is also nice, especially in a place where we're dealing with diseases. I could put that away before I accidentally click it again. Which one do I want? No, because our two damage dealers aren't actually going first most of the time. Even with all the mods that they currently have equipped to them, they are not going first. So, honestly, the weapon speed buffs are useful. Although, what do you... Oh, your weapons deal increased speed, or give you the speed boost. Whereas armor gives you increased dodge. I'm gonna go with armor. Let's go to scale and leathers for base dodge of 20. Base hit points of 40. Ghislaine, you're brought to the front. Pippin, you're already selected. I would drag Bordakeen with me, but I'm having Bravatanki in this party. To Hellforged Chains. And Wakalicious. Not Carcatus. Wakalicious. Armored Garb. There's not really much else to do. However, since it's a long one, let's take a quick look through all the possible, stress reduction, other abilities. Every rose has its thorn. All companions reduce stress by 15, stress damage by 15%. Tiger's Eye is actually not that helpful on you. And I might actually get every rose has its thorn. Pippin has Dark Ritual and otherwise, but you have Unspeakable Commune. Prevents nighttime ambush, but increases all stress by 7. Or Abandon Hope. For 50-50 boost of stress. Let's see here. Bravatanki, you can either have a Psych Up to increase your damage by a lot, or Eldritch Blood. Or the Quickening. And where the heck did you go? Ghislaine. This is how we do it. Or we can get Scout Ahead. And so far, it looks like I'm actually going to get Scout Ahead. Heroes can only have 4 camping skills active at a time. Toggle the skills on and off by clicking on them. As you can see, it's been a while. And then I'm also going to have every rose as its thorn. I'm going to use a combination of those two to give us a good boost, and then the other 6 can be spent on literally anything else. So Wakalicious, of your active camping skills, you can put on a 4th. Ghislaine, put on a 4th. It's actually not that hard, since you're the only ones that have any additional camping skills. Putero is still drinking and gambling. The Madman. And you can still get an additional bonus to this. Board the Keen, you're expensive, but do I want any of these? Answer is no, because we had to replace the previous one that was useful, especially on Abco as well. Pippin, no, you're coming with us, as much as I would love Second Wind, Quick Draw, Last Gasp, any of those. Wakalicious, oh, you have a lot more negatives than you have positives. Alright. I guess we'll embark. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to ditch everything or unequip all trinkets and sort by trinket name so I can find everything again. Wakalicious, we're going to definitely give you the Dark Tambourine because... it's not helpful to you. That really isn't. Junia's Head is good for any healing skill, but Pippin's actually going to be the one to get Junia's Head this time around. And of course, we're also going to make sure you don't get tons of stress while doing this, because you're not very good in the Warrens, because I forgot you have Warrens phobe. Wakalicious, there's one for stress, unless I sold it, which, being the smart man I am, probably is exactly what I did. Kyrubin's Charm and healing on you as well, or stress reduction on you as well, so you don't have any of... Because you also... No, we're going to the wild. You're the one that needs the Book of Sanity to not go crazy. And you will be buffing the likes of Bravatanki, who can rejuvenate his own stress and has his own set of trinkets, basically, with Restraining Padlock, followed up by... You know what? Dismiss's Head. I mean, you take a ton of stress, but you aren't a person who's afraid of the wild. And with Deadly, you'll be critting a lot more often, in combination with a bunch of other skills. Finally, Ghislaine. I did not mean to do that, but Ghislaine, you will be equipped with the legendary Bracer and the Focus Ring. Ditches your dodge, but makes your damage extremely high, which is probably basically what I'm asking for here. Although your stress damage is boosted by a little bit, it's not that bad. And with hard skin, you should be okay with this. So, first instance, Bravatanki joins the fray. Pippin goes to the rear line. Wakalicious behind Pippin, because Pippin can heal you from anywhere. And we have our group to start mapping the estate on a long and difficult journey. We have medicinal herbs automatically because of Pippin. Double shovels. What did you say? I don't have enough food. I don't know what you're talking about. We're also going to make sure we have enough torches with us. Which, oh no, I have to purchase, I have to sell off one of the many, many trinkets that I have. Why did I do that? Everyone, get your trinkets equipped, you bloody morons. Did I put you in Dismas's head? Yes, because I wanted you to be just max damage. You get the legendary Bracer and the Focus Ring, so you're hitting and critting as often as you can. Pippin and Junia's head in the Book of Sanity. And then you instead of Kyrubin's Charm in Book of Sanity. Okay. Now, let's try that again. What extras do I have? I have a healing armlet. Let's not do 2 lepers in the same party. And sort by name once more. Is there anything that I'll probably not use? Probably this, because dodge isn't exactly useful on you. And sort once again. And with that, let us get the torches that we desperately need. And we don't encounter many altars out here. A second medicinal herb and a skeleton key. Embark! Beware the mark of death that fungal artillery can put on you. It tells their fungal zombie brethren what to kill. Fan-bloody-tastic. This team is a good balance overall. We just have a few more healers than we do outright damage, so the fights should take a while.
I knew all these paths once. Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
So it looks like here is I'm going to be heading up in this general direction around 4, 6, 8, 13, 18, 19. 90% of 19, 90% of 20 is about 18, so I'm probably going to guess we have to have 17 rooms to finish this, so I can afford to skip 2 of them. Oh, and this is just one way forward, one way back. Well, let's go, shall we? Mummified remains. It looks well preserved. Treasures are encased within.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Oh no, you have a little bit of blight. Walk it off. It's partially in your name, after all. Anyway, basically now we start turning around and get our movements going. I'm going to plan for the first fireside gathering, basically. Not fireside gathering, but first torchlight to be here. I'm hoping that our boost to damage reduction and dodge will be
Nature
well
herself,
used.
a victim to the spreading corruption. Malformed with misintent.
Beast carcass, something has recently mutilated this creature. This one of the carcass was not without risk of disease. Oh, don't you dare. No, no. Okay, it's just healing skills, which is perfectly fine because you don't have any. Any that are actually helpful to you. Well, this is ominous. Alright, here's where the medicinal herbs are handy. Excellent. Food for days.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Alright, the bone conscript, since we basically have gotten them into the exact position we're looking for, Demon's Pull doesn't actually do enough damage, nor does Abyssal Artillery, but Weakening Curse, dropped on a Quivering Ectoplasm, renders it effectively useless. We're going to do a transform here, because I want to see if I can just one-shot the 2 bone conscripts, which a single rake gives us a good chance of it.
Annihilated.
Battle Ballad. Just everyone get ready. Oh no. No, you can't hit him, can you? How much damage does it do? Nowhere near enough. That's problematic.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Because he's not going to start doubling. Although a dodge does go off, they create a second. They're not going at their normal speed, but Battle Ballad's going off all across the way means that we'll start one-shotting them. Starting with you.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And a Weakening Curse on you. If a crit might actually do something. Although a Collect Bounty
Destroy.
finishes them all off. And they transform back, giving him more stress reduction, heals himself.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
And we are at the gate. Now here's my question, do I actually want to use a torch next? No. I'll actually use the first stack. When I'm done with the first stack,
The
I'll
light. The promise of
rest.
safety.
Alright, once again we find nothing, but that's to be expected. This is not exactly a very vision-based team. It's a team designed to kill and survive in spite of everything. Alright, Frothing Madman, let's try to pull him forward. That also makes him kind of useless. I do say it does go off, but it doesn't hit the people that it actually would matter being hit by it. So we'll transform and see what we can do to kill you off. If I were to just rage... Oh, yeah, that almost guarantees a kill, and that might just be worth it. Oh, come on! Oh, well. We'll start the Battle Ballad for everyone to get ready to move before everyone else gets a chance. Oh, he's marked. An uppercut is actually not out of the question here. Just to move them back. He'll get a rend the marked, but he will not, and that's what matters.
How quickly the tide turns.
The tide hasn't turned for any particular reason other than he gets to go first. And we just physically can't move fast enough to stop him. But I'm gonna use Battle Ballad until they're basically taken down a notch.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Come here. Collect a bounty, will you? And stop rolling minimum. You're supposed to crit. And Pippin is, of course, going to be hit by it again, giving him more stress damage because he's marked. You never understand how annoying this is. Alright. Let's start undoing some of the damage that's been dealt to you stress-wise.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
And I'll basically be trying to move forward. Weakening Curse going off on either of you is fantastic, so I'll hit you with it. I get the feeling you'll be going first. And let's just mark for death. Alright, he's going to harmless swipe, and that's going to cause the other one to harmless swipe. Which is good enough for me. You'll of course get your chance to go first and foremost, so let's just launch a rage against you. The mark doesn't actually cause any extra damage. It's the DPS's job to pull that one off. Now as for you, wild reconstruction, or weird reconstruction, on him. And continue to try to reduce the stress overall. Alright, collect a bounty, will ya? It's max damage, technically. I say technically. And Brava Tanky continues to tank the enemy for us. And let's just start continuing an inspiring tune, because we are going before them. We don't have the big crit chance from before, but it's close enough. And at this point, I'm going to try to finish you off. Now, the odds of that succeeding are very low, but well, we might as well give it a shot. Our two tanks should definitely get healed. This team is the Dodge Maestros. Now we're going to start trying to put just stack of bleed on this one. Because this fungal grabber is going to die before anything else. It's this one that I'm actually more worried about. So I'm just going to assume he's going to kill it with a weakening curse. So you're going to get raged. Ghislaine, don't want to just reduce your stress. No, I'm going to continue lowering his. Because he is the one that's definitely taking the most stress damage from all this. Weakening curse should finish you off. Of course, it'll roll minimum when I absolutely need it to. Eh, boo-boo. Of course, it's a minimum. Are you dead? Good sir, are you dead? You're not dead. And you can't hit him anyway, so collect a bounty.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Alright, he's definitely gonna be able to go swing off, but transform back. That's what your stress damage actually is after this. Alright, it dropped by 20. I'm perfectly acceptable with it. This is perfectly acceptable to me. Weakening. He gets some stress back after all this.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Well, that was certainly an annoyance, but hopefully we're not going to have the Realm of Giants once again.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Speak of... Oh, come on! Of course, he's bloody marked. They're both marked. Fantastic. You know what? Who I want? You have a better chance of getting hit. You push and pull. You do. Just get over here. I'm not going to make a decision. I'm just going to kill a lot of you. And this is a horrible, horrible battle that we now have to experience. Please transform and get ready to murder. Now, a rake is not going to kill you, but I am more than willing
Obliterated.
to just ram you to death because I'm not dealing with your BS. Oh no, confusion spores. Most of these people have some form of movement. Mark for death is not going to help, but a hook and slice on you will start doing damage. Get over here. Fetid sensor. Alright, Grim Harvest. I don't want to move him. I do have to move, though. That's actually the most annoying thing of this. But smacking the Blighted Giant is not helpful, but because he can smack so easily. Oh, and you can just rake, finish them both off. You're in the right position. You're just gonna move so Pippin's not in the front line. Oh no, you get poisoned. Honestly, if I could stun the giant, that'd be fantastic. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm actually going to drop weakening curses on the giant. I can't complain. Slam into him. He's not stunned, but that's good enough. And Inspiring 2 would be fantastic. But for now, I think... Well, we're all going before the giant. I think just reducing stress, above all else, is the most important thing. And you may just start... You may start marking him for death. Now he has a lesser protection, meaning we should be able to hit him. Oh, and Bravatanki dodges, barely dodging a massive... They call it a tree branch. That's not a branch, that's a trunk. Because I wasn't paying any bloody attention, which is very, very likely. Reduce your own stress. Okay, Slam actually does not have a stun, it's just... Okay, I guess we'll just start dealing damage. That's basically all we're doing here. And, you have reduced damage. This will reduce it further if it goes off, so let's just keep doing this until you don't do anything. And you've already been marked, so let's just start collecting bounties. Yeah, Tree Branch Smackdown, but it's only for 4. Only for 4. Alright, so I'm going to guess that you're basically going to one-shot, so we're going to bump down your stress level a bit more. Attempt to heal you, get... not even roll max, because that's with Junia's head.
Prodigious size alone.
And then Ghislaine just murders. Alright, we're starting to get some stress back. A little bit. You've freed on block. That's annoying. Also, this reminds me, thank you to Orlando, I believe it was you, who pointed out the fact that I was actually supposed to be opening chests with the antiquarian to get the buffs. That is entirely my mistake for not realizing that.
We require only the strength to follow it.
In all honesty, it's just kind of a weird thing. I just assumed having her in the party was enough to do those buffs. And okay, good that you dodge that, because I don't want to have you have tons of damage on your face. Alright, that was the first stack of torches, so the next room we enter will most likely be the campfire. Well, there's a slavering ghoul if I ever saw one. There's a good opportunity to transform. There's a good enough opportunity. Let us just... Rake doesn't even do much of anything. I could either try to kill Crazed Nasher or hit you. Which, on the slavering ghoul, is definitely worth it. Demon's Pull... Actually... Airborne Barrage. Although they're hitting Wakalicious, which is to be expected, and they're going to just start stacking Bleed beyond belief. Oh, thank you. You actually put yourself in the best position for me. Howl. Everyone but Ghislaine dodges the howl, somehow. Battle Ballad? No, because you actually get a negative to your speed past this, and I actually do want you to go first to just rake down the two in front. You can... It doesn't have any really high bleed resist. It is technically a large target, so we'll mark it for death. And it'll be the next thing to attack afterwards. I guess like a weakening curse, but I'm actually going to try to heal you. Attempt to. And you resist the bleed. Oh, come on now! With a greater speed buff, you're not going first. You didn't... No. Do not de-transform. Kill the two in front before it gets a chance. And this is Skull Toss if given. Now, the one who's probably not going to do much to the Slavering Ghoul, except reduce its damage, is the one who got stunned, which I don't have a problem with. But you've been marked, and thus, you shall die. Alright, another Rage. Rage against the Machine of the Beast. You can't hit, so I'm just going to try to reduce Gillian's stress a bit further. All in all, really annoying stuff that we got going here. And as you get to go before the Slavering Ghoul with your speed of 2.
Their cursed champion falls.
You don't have enough room in your inventory. Eat. We don't actually need 3 full stacks. That was just a random chance that gave it to us. And I also have to resist the urge to use a torch. Mummified remains. Let me see. I must see. Here becomes diseased. I guess we'll keep going. Alright, we are close enough to the first planned resting point. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rooms left. Of those, I actually do just basically stop as soon as I explore that one. So let's use the first batch of firewood.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
So as planned, we're going to use every rose as its thorn. Which reduces everyone's stress down to more manageable levels. Anger management is not a massive issue, because your stress is actually the highest of the bunch. Scout ahead is actually what I was looking at. And with that, turn back time actually isn't that bad. But that's only a pep talk, and I don't have any other massive stress reductions I could possibly do. So we are probably going to turn back time. But we can't reduce your own stress at all. So what I'm actually probably going to do is boost Brevitanki through the quickening, or do this is how we do it and make him a much better combat monster by adding an additional crit chance on top of everything else. Because no one's particularly wounded, so let's go with that. And this is how we do it. And basically the only one who has stress now is Wakalicious, which, well, Wakalicious has stress. You're not supposed to be being hit in the first place, or we're supposed to be killing them before they have a chance of stopping us. But all in all, I like this composition. I do need to fix
The match
Wakalicious.
is struck. A blazing star is born.
Is it the Sparkle of Coin? I see. Oh.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
That's not particularly problematic. I actually do enjoy the fact that we got a little bit of a treasure out of this. And make sure our torchlight stays at max. Yeah, we're not going to, I am not assuming we're going to be scouting that often. 'Twas only stress, not damage. That can be undone. Everything else can't. I'm not planning on lingering. Now, I will have to go to one of each, but here we are again. Alright, I am going to pull the Tenacious Chrome forward. Because if we could actually go first... I would have loved to kill it. But instead we're only marked, and now we have to deal with the consequences. Kill them both. I'm getting sick of this. And we are going to battle Ballad, so everyone has just some crit chance going for him. Rabbit Rush on Ghislaine, which brings him to the front, but that's actually really helpful for me. Oh, no. That's not good. That's not good at all. At least resist the movement. I want to kill the Cray Snatcher. The Blighted Giant will have to wait.
Decimated.
Okay, that actually works out well, because he was the other one that was most likely to go first. Drop a Weakening Curse on the Blighted Giant. And it of course resists the debuff to damage. Good. Kill the both of them. Or at least start getting closer to killing the Blighted Giant. Mark for Death. Of course, it resists the debuff to its damage, or its
mortality clarified in a single strike.
Yes, with terrible strength indeed. Yes, I actually want to Inspiring Tune on you so you don't have stress. Because, oh my freaking gosh, why are you getting hit so hard? And you can't heal! Why? Come on, take the debuff. Just take it. Because now he's gonna die. I'm calling it now.
A singular strike.
Good, he's only on death's door. He's not dead. Hey, you can't eat food in the middle of combat. I'm so sad that that has to make any amount of sense. Of course, you're targeting Ghislaine. Of course, you target Ghislaine. No matter what happens, you target Ghislaine. And you roll minimum for damage. You can't hit him in any way, shape, or form. We will hopefully finish you off. But I think the only people who can finish you off are currently in the front lines. Or in the wrong location. Can Demon's Pull theoretically can kill you. Which, this is the end. Yep.
Another life wasted in the pursuit.
It's to be expected. I couldn't kill him fast enough because all my damage is rolling minimum again. Not my fault that time around.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
I'm sorry, I'm taking both of these back. Get rid of the anti-venoms. You still have that debuff of speed. You know what? We'll use the medicinal herbs. And give us the portraits too. Over what? Do I want to ditch for the portraits? I don't even have a choice in the matter. You just insta-death. They say complacency is one of the bigger issues of this game. Like, you grow complacent and things just happen, but no. When the enemy crits upon you, and it's basically the perfect storm, that's it. I was not doing anything mechanically wrong. It's, if the perfect storm happens, you can't succeed in any game that has randomness in it. Because the perfect storm is always a possibility, such as drawing nothing but a handful of land in Magic. And drawing nothing but lands for the next couple of turns afterwards, you kind of still lose, no matter what you can do. But anyway, do I want for the bloody portraits? No. Reinvigorates the hero. And of course now we get the scouting. After he's dead. I have 4 battles. Without Ghislaine, I don't think I can actually pass them because that was one of my main damage dealers, and he just got instantly gibbed. I'll give it a shot. I'll use one of my skips on that room. And hopefully re-roll for a better one. Oh yeah, we got a surprise off. No. Yeah, no, I have to leave. Because I just realized that if I don't leave, I physically cannot use half of my abilities. Battle Ballad. Alright, transform, get ready to murder. We need Bravatanki and his Abominationist, his Lord Abominationist to try to kill him in one shot, but fail miserably, meaning you're gonna get marked for death, and now marked for death, they're gonna rem the marked twice on you and kill you because I decided to stay. Well, it's a very specific chain of events that could have happened, but it's a distinct possibility in this game.
A powerful blow.
I'm still not staying because I lost the only other source of damage that we've really had. No offense to you, Wakalicious, but you weren't meant to be a damage dealer. In fact, even as of right now, you can't deal enough damage to actually put them under. You just provide some supplementary stuff. But at least everyone else lives. Made a bunch of free loot with us. For spending all that on Ghislaine and just definitely not making it back. Okay. We'll be going fast enough where everything else should die, because I'm just planning on using everyone to keep swinging, so let's just keep doing what we can do. There's another harvest. We'll guarantee your death. But he gets a groping swipe. It's not a crit. I can be thankful for that.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Well, that prevents your death, and prevents your insanity, and just these long missions, I physically can't do them. Every time I make an attempt on a long mission, something always goes wrong. I either go to max stress immediately, I lose one of my party members, and just use Absolution, because he's already dead. His body just needs time to realize it.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Oh no. Oh, what is worth more? None of these are worth more. Neither of them. 5 gold per, 10 times 5 is 50, so this is worth infinitely less than anything I could bring with me. So we'll ditch both. We'll take a look at this curio at least, and discover that it's probably going to give us a disease. There's more treasures. Excellent. We're leaving. We'll suffer the stress of defeat. Ah, well, we don't have all our heroes, and we're not going to be able to pass by because Bravatanki alone cannot take them on. As we have found out time and time again.
Where there is no peril in the task, there can be no glory in its accomplishment.
I'm guessing I'm just going to be sticking to the medium-sized dungeons then. Any long dungeon basically guarantees me being screwed, which is lovely. So everyone, what negatives do you gain? Shocker over Ruins Phobe. Shocker over Ruins Phobe. Huh. Hard-skinned, replacing quick draw. That's useless on you. Automanatophobia, replacing night blindness. Well,
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
that's the end of Ghislaine. Pudoro refuses to leave the tavern. Abco is in fact still missing. We get all our trinkets back, then there are 2 slots available. Speaking of slots available, there are 7 places in the stagecoach. For the past 5 missions, excluding one which I forgot to check, we haven't had the choice of a leper. I'm honestly sorry that you have yet to get a leper. My apologies. But we're gonna have to make some recruitments either way, because I actually do need another tank. No, I have Carcatus and Sordaval. I have enough to make a small, like, level 1 team of an Occultist, Arbalist, Carcatus, and Sordaval. No, Bounty Hunter, to replace Ghislaine. Which, oh bloody well, I don't really have many more choices than this. We picked up some more supplies, we failed the mission, but we picked up some more crests and otherwise to upgrade ourselves. I have a small team of level 1s running about whose sole goal is just to complete missions for me. But until then, this has been another playthrough of Let's Play The Darkest Dungeon, and I'm signing off. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, or subscribe to BrainBoy20. And I hope to see you all next time. Farewell.